Peace and blessings. How are you all doing? I hope all is well here. Hope your weekend is going pretty good so far. Um, I'd like to definitely thank you all once again. For those of you who are new to my channel, just subscribe. I definitely like to thank you. As you please hit that notification button. Stay tuned for any updates here. Um, and definitely, if you want to consult me in terms of for a reading here, I would the way how I do is that I'm gonna let you all know the availability, so I will come back on, and what happens is that you'll definitely be able to schedule for personal sessions, here, like in terms of like for birth chart readings or for tarot readings, anything of that nature. So I will definitely let you know furthermore on that. Um, well, I want to come on here today, and those of you who are already subscribed to my channel, by the way, I definitely like to thank you all. For those of you who are returning subscribers or has been subscribed to my channel, I definitely thank you all for your love, share, and support. I appreciate you. Peace and many blessings, gratitude, ashe. So, what I want to come on here and talk about is the divine feminine, and people tend to get that. It's gonna be a short video. People tend to get it misconstrued when they talk about divine feminine. They think about the woman, they think about the female, but it's the feminine energy. But it's not. People think about it more so on a practical level, mundane level. But really, it's more deeper than that. Because the divine feminine, when they talk, because we're in a time now whereas the rise of the divine feminine is happening, is taking place. It is taking place. We just had the North Node when, okay, before the North Node had shifted to Gemini, it was just in Cancer, and the South Node was in Capricorn. Um, that with that South Node that happened in Capricorn, them eclipses that happened about what 2 years ago. That was, I mean, not I ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna say 2 years ago, a little over a year ago, back in December, especially the one back in December. That was like with the patriarchy, the way how things are structured in a patriarchal sense is starting to fall. That's what triggered it. Um, and then you had so it's like with the North Node, there was a Cancer, like the rise of the divine feminine. Cancer represents the matriarchal energy. Capricorn represents the patriarch. I know people tend to think about it in this sense. They think about it on the practical level or mundane level, um, talk about, okay, Capricorn is the person who is like the father who provides that for the household and protects the household. Meanwhile, with Cancer is the one who nurtures the household. In a sense, true dad can represent that, or it can represent the womb that will come out of um, true that in a sense. But it's like on the other hand too, because I know Capricorn represents our ancestors. It represents like the lineage basically. But true that. But and Cancer represents family. But yeah, true that. But on the other hand, when you look at it too, with the rise of the divine feminine that's starting to take place here, I apologize. I'm kind of sweaty because I always sweat when I got the shower. But with the rise of the divine feminine that's taking place here, it's basically about. It's not only just with women. This is basically about men, people. It's basically about with people who are, because of course you got the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers can be gays. They can be healers. They're pretty much like the ones who are gonna nurture, the ones who help bring healing to this world. The gatekeepers are like, they're like a gateway between the spiritual and the material realm. If you get what I'm saying in that sense, between the masculine and the feminine energies, they pretty much help transmute energies. Basically, they're in touch with both energies and know how to work with those energies to transmute energies. They help doing that, bringing healing within that sense, and help even, you know, teaching people that, help bringing people out of the darkness into light. Show them that okay, they have they have masculinity and femininity within. Whether you're a male or a female, you have masculinity and femininity within. Versus, you know, they're just a masculine and then they're just feminine. Now I understand on the practical sense, you have masculine. There have to be a balance of masculinity and femininity on the practical sense in terms of romantic relationships, things of that nature, right? But when you look at it on a spiritual level, when it comes down to each individual, they have that because the masculine energy is like the thought process. That's actually like our physical appearance. The feminine energy is where wisdom come in at. That's the soul. That's where wisdom come in at. That's the soul. Because of course the masculine energy when we initiate as well. But the feminine energy is like not only being receptive, but the feminine energy is like it's a soul. It's like it's where our passion lies. How what we feel in terms of emotions. That's where the water signs come to play at. What we feel when we come down to emotions. What are we passionate about? What makes us happy? Our true fulfillment, creativity, things of that nature, our creative abilities. And see, a lot of these men, their happiness is showing up. Their happiness and fulfillment are showing up missing, coming up missing, and showing up missing. It's becoming noticeable. Why is that? Because I've been seeing a lot of posts here. I'm not saying this is the only issue, but I've been seeing a lot of posts here. But this is how I'm seeing it here, because I allegedly been seeing that. Okay, it's like a lot of men been talking about their emotions and or post articles to allegedly talk about people acting. How a lot of men, I wouldn't just say acting emotionally, how they functioning in a way now. And see what's going on is that their happiness and their fulfillment is showing up as missing. It was like stolen or it was missing, and it's like now what happened is that they're gonna have to acknowledge that and they're gonna have to come back into balance with that. Healing has to happen, and see, it's not just a man; it could be with women, but definitely men. And that's another reason why that's another purpose of why the divine feminine energy is rising, is to help with that. Is to help with that energy. And who could be part of this divine feminine energy? It can be either male or female. It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is, anything of that nature. It's about nurturing and help restoring love, compassion, understanding to society and the collective, and also bringing healing is what it is. Leading people out of darkness into light is what it is here. And help shed a light on a lot of things. And helping people in terms of transformation is what it is here. And a lot, like, go back to what I was saying, a lot of men, their happiness and fulfillment is coming up missing. I always told people, here's the thing: when you're not because you got to be a balance. You got to be balanced with both energies. That's why we go through these experiences to help us come into balance with that and acknowledge where it's there in the shadow, the soul, the feminine side, the soul. So therefore, because we have to be able so we can acknowledge it, own it, embrace it, and we can be able to transmute both energies, work with both energies. We can be equipped for any situations to come in life. It empowers us. And with the men, a lot of them, they've been suppressing their masculine energy. They've been suppressing their like some women has, but they've been a lot of men. Just like women has been suppressing, some women been suppressing their masculine energy, and then you got the men on the other hand. You got the men has been suppressing their feminine energy, and they was taught by society in a patriarchal sense that to suppress that. And when you look, and so what happening is that is it's like now when you self that suppress either energies and you don't come to balance with both energies, what happens is that you'll be powerless until you tap into both of those. Because when you tap into both of those energies, learn how to work with those energies, harness them, and transmute those energies, you become powerful. You be owning your personal power, you be standing in your personal power, owning in your personal power. Cause when you don't do that, you're gonna feel powerless, and it's gonna be reflected back to you. It's gonna show up in a spiritual and energetic sense, and even presented to you in a physical sense. Is what this is here. Which is on the other hand with the feminine energy, that's where forgiveness and all those things of that nature comes to play as well. Remember how they say with forgiveness, which I find it pretty true in my allegedly in my opinion, that those of you that basically is with forgiveness is not for others, it's for you. And it's true. It's true. So not only you could be free, but the other person can be free. But also it leaves you with long-term rewards, Saturn, long-term rewards, long-term rewards here, eternal rewards, and abundance here in whatever way, whether if it's mind, body, and spirit, or even in a practical sense. Not only that, but you'll also be able to see the higher perspective of a situation. When that happens. And I talked about with Scorpio energy and see Sagittarius come out to Scorpio. I remember I talked about Sagittarius, the ninth house. That's a higher mind of seeing things in a higher perspective. That's the higher mind. Seeing things in a higher perspective. That's where forgiveness come in at after Scorpio executed, delivering karma. That's where forgiveness come in at, or karma is delivered. That's where forgiveness come in at afterwards. Meaning that you've been released from those type of residues, things of that nature. Meaning that you see things from a higher perspective through growth, expansion at a spiritual level and a soul level. Is what it is here. You learned, grown, and expanded. You matured, in a sense, through these experiences. Broke karmic cycles and patterns, and you learned the lessons, what you need to learn. And you and you get a reward for that. You get rewards for that, eternal rewards. Because Saturn rewards us for the long haul after going through the lessons. Is what it is here. Pluto, overcoming whatever fears we project, facing them, overcoming them. Here is what it is, you know. But all of that is coming. But as I stated, all of that is coming down. A lot of old structures and foundations, even from 6,000 years or even past that, is coming down now. Slowly but surely, it's coming down. These structures doesn't work anymore. You know, all of that is coming down now. Not only is hitting at an individual level, but it's definitely starting even at a collective level as well. All of that is coming. All of that is coming down. Is what it is here. But with the divine feminine energy, I'm going to conclude it here because I said I don't want to make it long because you're already at a little over 15 minutes. As it stated, the divine feminine, it's not just about with the females. No, the divine feminine is about with the heal. It's about people who gonna be bringing healing, coming up and bringing healing. Cause that's why you got Jupiter in Pisces. People who were first will come last, and people last will come first. These people who are coming up in the world as healers, that's their job here. In some way, shape, form, is they help humanity, help heal humanity in some type of way, help restore love, compassion. That's what Pisces represents, compassion. And with Saturn going to Pisces, people are gonna be placed with that responsibility. While the North simultaneously, while the North Node is transiting at the time, people are gonna be placed with that type of responsibility. New people coming up as spiritual, new people coming up, healers, new people who are coming up, is what it is here. Healers, gatekeepers. Gatekeepers, you think about it. People think about, as a stated, people tend to think about gatekeepers as like with gay people. No, it's not just that. It's not only just that, or it's not just that. It can be anyone, despite of despite of their sexual orientation, or despite of their gender. But they're healers of the world. In whatever way that is, they're healers. They're healers of the world. And their goal here is to help lead people out of darkness into light. Help restore love, compassion. Help restore love and compassion within humanity. To help restore that. Let me give you an example with the homeless. They may be creating foundations. Some of them may run for office as politicians or whatever. But some of them may try to help the homeless. There was a solution that was already that these people who are already in office, they already known the solution the whole time, but they already known they could come up with a solution, but they never did try to really push forward. But these people coming up, their job here is to help do that in whatever way. Restore compassion, love and compassion within humanity is what it is here. And I remember I did talk about when Saturn going to Pisces and Aries as well, but definitely when it goes to Pisces, those people who are pretty much promoting these um, distinctive labels that are causing all this divisive energy. Because see, Pisces is about unity as well, kind of like with Aquarius. With Pisces is about help bringing together people as well. Those people who are using those people who are constantly promoting these distinctive, um, the distinctive things that's causing divisive energies. I remember I talked about how they're gonna be taken by the energies when Saturn goes to Pisces, because when Saturn goes to Pisces, it's about the higher self, the spiritual and the higher self is what it is. The higher self at a spiritual level, showing love, compassion, understanding also towards itself first prior to others. What's the opposite sign of Pisces? Virgo. Our service to others. A disservice. Service a disservice. Our service to others, a disservice to others, or our service to or service to ourselves, our disservice to ourselves, a service to others, or service to others, or disservice to ourselves. Here is what it is. But a divine feminine job now is to bring balance, meaning that to help bring healing. Because the masculine energy is just like kind of like a body, just a physical body, but without it, it needs some guidance in terms of feeling, passion, love, understanding, compassion. You know what that passion is as well. Creativity. The feminine energy needs that. I mean, the masculine energy needs that. The divine masculine, because they cannot do without they cannot do without that feminine energy. Because other than that, they wouldn't even have no direction. They wouldn't even have no guidance and direction. Is what it is here. The feminine energy is the soul. But I want to end this video here because we're already 22 minutes in, and as I stated, if you have any questions or if you want to consult me, hit me up at rodpleasure22@gmail.com or kingofwandsunderworldmancave at AOL.com. But peace and blessings.